Funny thing is, Shane Ray seems so smart, so charming, so likable in person that it's hard to imagine this is the same dude who tried to mess up his entire future about 80 hours before his name was called.
Earlier on Monday, he was arrested and cited for possession of marijuana.
The Denver Broncos select Shane Ray.
I apologize if I sound more like a parent than a reporter, but I'm the father of a young man who's exactly your age, so I feel compelled to ask, what the hell were you thinking?
You know, under the circumstance, it's unfortunate. You know, I had somebody really close to me kind of influence me, and, you know, I made, a terrible decision.
There's a lyric in an old Al Jarreau song that goes, "There's no greater sin than missing your chance when it's staring right at you." Is it fair to assume that you might not completely comprehend the enormity of this fabulous opportunity that is eyeballing you right now?
Definitely. You know, I think that I downplayed, I wouldn't say downplayed it, but I didn't take it as serious as I should have.
You must be an amazing football player to get busted 3 days before the draft and you still go in the first round?
You know, Mr. Elway and everyone here, I've seen the kind of player that I am and what I can do. And, unfortunately I fell, far and further in the draft than I originally wanted. But I think everything happens for a reason. And I think that, Mr. Elway taking the chance on me and understanding that I did just make a knucklehead mistake and that I did learn from it and owned it, that, I still deserve the chance to come and still show that I'm one of the top football players in the country.
Yeah, Shane, but you might have benefited from this. I'm sure this has crossed your mind. You fell down to a Super Bowl contender.
Yes. Not only that, but I've also been able to come into a program to where I can be a sponge to guys like DeMarcus Ware and Von Miller, a future hopeful Hall of Famer in DeMarcus Ware and a legend, and a current great in Von Miller, to be able to pick their brains and make myself even better. I mean, it's such a great opportunity, and I'm not sleeping on this one, and I won't let this one go.
I really hope you end up liking Denver. I hope you have a fabulous NFL career, and don't screw this up.
I won't, and I thank you very much.
I like everything Ray said, except he's not really owning this as long as he mentions being influenced by somebody else. And as we all know, it's never the first time somebody breaks the law when they get caught, so let's not insult everybody's intelligence with this one-time mistake nonsense.
He did handle the Drew grill pretty well.
I thought so. That's why I prefaced it with I liked everything he said, but you owe us an apology.
I do.
Yes, when you first got hired, all we saw was this videotape of this raging lunatic kicking and screaming and spitting on everybody and being held back by assistant coaches. It was exciting. This is our new coach. And then you take over and here's this lovable guy on the sideline wearing throwback jerseys and holding babies during the game and shooting half-court shots backwards during practice. What happened?
Well, I've always had that in me. I just, I don't know. I mean, I think there's a change every year in the game, and there's a change in the attitude, and I want to have a great run here in Denver, and I thought maybe mellow would be better than angry.
Hi, everybody. We're learning so much about Paxton Lynch tonight that I can tell you he got his name when his mother, pregnant at the time, heard another mom scream across the mall for her kid. Paxton! Ever driven a Ferrari before?
Never. I've driven, one time I drove the president of Memphis's Maserati, though.
Is that right?
Yeah, that was as nice as it got, though.
Well, you've just been handed the keys to a Ferrari.
Yeah.
How's that feel?
I mean, it feels great. The opportunity I'm presented with here is second to none, obviously, with the organization here and the people in the front office and the coaches and staff and, just the veterans on the team as well. And the fact that they just came off a Super Bowl, champion season, that's obviously not an option anywhere else but here.
So you played a lot of football in your front yard in Florida. By yourself?
I did.
How do you do that?
It wasn't easy to do. It was very tiring playing every position on the field as well as commentating.
Oh, you were the broadcaster as well?
Yes, I did it all.
Wow.
Yeah, so as a kid, I used to just go out there. I had like a uniform and a helmet, and I used to just, juke myself out and tackle myself and throw myself passes and intercept my own passes and the whole 9 yards.
Who'd you pretend to be?
I always pretended to be Cordell Stewart. Because
Really?
I had a poster. My parents got a poster of him, and I never really got.
Colorado guy.
Yeah, exactly. I never got a chance to, watch him play that much. But I just had the poster, and I thought it was so cool. So I just always, tried to be like him.
You were very emotional when you got the phone call from John Elway.
Mm-hmm.
Are you a crier generally? Charlotte's Web, Iron Giant, Toy Story 3, or were you just overcome by the moment?
I'd like to think I'm the Iron Giant, but even the Iron Giants, you got to shed a tear every now and
Right.
again. But it was just a special moment. Not everybody that plays the game of football gets to experience that moment, especially with everybody they've been through it with. Pop Warner coaches, Little League baseball coaches, high school coaches. It was special to be with them, to experience that moment with all of them.
I think you endeared yourself to a lot of people. I'm sure that wasn't your intention.
Oh no.
But that was cool, man. So many players, you watch them, it looks like, no big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Do this all the time. That struck you.
It did. And, like I said, I love this game. I have a passion for it. And ever since I was playing on the front yard tackle myself, I had a dream of, doing this one day and being a professional football player one day. So, and my parents knew that, and everybody that's ever been in contact with me has known that. So whenever I got the opportunity, officially to be an NFL football player, I just couldn't help it.
You scored poorly on that Wonderlic intelligence test.
Yeah.
You surprised? You seem like a smart guy to me.
Oh, I know that taking that test, you have to almost know how to take the test, and you prepare for it before the combine and stuff. And I didn't really try to prepare for it that much because I was more worried about so much other stuff. But when it came to preparing for that, I just took it one time, practicing it, and that was it. But I know, it's not like rocket science questions on there, obviously, but it's some weird scenarios and stuff that I guess I didn't do so well in. But I've been told I was an intelligent person, but I guess when I take the one, you could say different.
You know who else scored poorly on that, even worse than you? Dan Marino and Terry Bradshaw.
That's right.
You know where they are today?
I think they're in the Hall of Fame, aren't they?
Hall of Fame, both of them.
That's fine with me.
May the same thing happen to you. Welcome
Thank
to
you.
Denver.
I appreciate it.
Thank you. You look exhausted.
I'm tired. It's been going through this process. It's an 11-month process, but really intense the last month. 4 weeks to 6 weeks, and so now and it's we're excited about the draft class that we have this year, but it'll be nice to relax a little bit.
If the NFL announced tonight that they're going to hold 3 more rounds tomorrow, would you be excited, or are you drafted out?
I think we're drafted out.
Hey, how cool is this? Joined now by Broncos Ring of Famer Terrell Davis on the pregame show. So tell me if this is correct. You're at the hotel going through the suitcase. Big Monday night football game tonight between the Broncos and the Oakland Raiders. You're one of the all-time legends of the team. I think this black jacket looks good. I'll wear that.
I'm going to change real quick.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Oh, good. Rebecca, you're standby.
I was going to say, you need to borrow a Tebow jersey or something.
What we're going to do is we're going to get rid of that.
On live television.
Live television.
This has never taken place before, as far as I know, in
No.
television history.
No.
TD's changing. How about that, huh?
We're going to change that.
Terrell Davis is going to take off the Raider black.
And get into something a little bit more appropriate.
TD, you still look
and
like you can play.
comfortable.
There you go.
There you go. There we go. Now he's in the right colors, isn't he?
Oh, yeah. What do you think?
That feels better.
Is it your sense that this is an audition or a trial period, or are you the Broncos starting quarterback for many years beginning today?
I'm not sure, but whatever it is, I'm going to give everything I have.
You just brought the finger wag out of retirement with that Geico commercial.
That's a fifth floor problem.
Not in my house.
That looked like fun.
Yes, I think I paid the price by using the finger wave during my NBA career. Now they are paying me back commercially for using it again. It's great.
Do you ever wag your finger at your children when disciplining them?
Oh, definitely, they know.
Roman numerals confuse the hell out of me. Do you understand how they work after all these Super Bowls?
I do, yeah.
48. X.
X. 48. Is it X? Is it X, really? I thought it was, dang it.
I collect bobblehead dolls, and I was wondering if you wouldn't mind signing. We're going to have this thing painted into a Broncos uniform.
Broncos?
So, but I think if you signed the leg,
Okay.
we would leave the pants white, and that would be front and center. I'll give it a well-lit, dust-free spot in my bobblehead
Do that.
museum.
Perfect.
If that's okay with
You
you.
got it.
Have you signed many bobbleheads before?
I haven't signed many legs in a while. So
Well, Elway signed the butt on his, so this is.
keep that between you and him.
Awkward.
And sadly, there's many more awkward moments still to come. We'll be right back.